Hi, let's have a little video tour of the gallery installation of Maranie's photographs of Hanna Careforce here on the north side of Pittsburgh. Walking into the gallery, there are some other artists exhibiting here, but here is the welcome sign for this part. I'll read these things to you. Stubborn joy, love and devastation. Words by Hanna du Plessis with photography by Maranie Staab. Dear one, I'm curious about what it is like for you. How are you living? What keeps you going? How might we support each other as we lose what is precious? How do we keep walking and finding our way when the road ahead must pass through difficulty? What are our sources of life amidst the forces, systemic, environmental, or other, that have made it so that some of us are at risk of dying sooner? This question feels relevant to where we are globally. As things we once depended on unravel, die, or disappear, when we are hurting, how do we keep going? And this is kind of the artist statement, or the more detailed introduction. Part of dying is being also vividly alive. I feel stripped of my filters. Please just be in the moment with me. There is nothing to fix. With courage, candor, and humor, Hanna invites us to be with her and dying out loud, and to reflect on mortality, belonging, family, trusting in what we don't understand. And community is an antidote to hiding, disability, and death, and institutionalizing care. Community is an antidote to hiding disability and death, and institutionalizing care. In March 2023, Pittsburgh artist, writer, social change facilitator, and all-around luminous human Hanna du Plessis received a terminal diagnosis of ALS. Hanna has bulbar onset amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, a type of ALS that first affected her breath and speech. Within a year, Hanna was mostly paralyzed, mute, and dependent on 24/7 care. While Hanna can no longer use her voice or limbs, she writes and communicates using gaze tracking technology. She types with her eyes and speaks with a computer-generated approximation of her voice. In November 2024, Hanna published a chapbook entitled Bed Sores and Bliss, Finding Fullness of Life with a Terminal Diagnosis. And she has a forthcoming memoir. Both were written one letter at a time with her eyes. End of quote. Community became my refuge. Hanna is the first to tell you that this story is about more than her. From her diagnosis emerged the Careforce, a group of chosen family who self-organized to create an accessible home, raise funds for paid caregivers, and who continue to support Hanna through every physical, emotional, and spiritual threshold of dying. Their constellation of care shows what is possible when love steps in where systems fail. And yes, Maranie, I'm going to read about the photographer. Maranie Staab is a visual and print journalist based in Pittsburgh. Her long-form, human-centered work explores health, community, justice, displacement, and systems under strain. Stubborn Joy is a collaboration with Pittsburgh writer Hanna du Plessis, living with ALS, and the Careforce community supporting her. Hanna's courage and vulnerability and Careforce's love and action expand ideas of chosen family and offer a vision of care as connection rather than burden. Hanna's life and work have touched many. This exhibition seeks to extend that impact. Let's look at the photographs. I think we start over here. A quote from Bedsores and Bliss. The 5 months between symptoms and diagnosis was a black night of swimming in an anxious sea. When I was diagnosed and given 2 years to live with the prospect of a slow and unstoppable demise, I fell into questioning whether life was worth living. Is life worth living in the furnace of suffering? What do I want? What is that place between fighting and acceptance? What is the gap between my fear-filled projection and the wonder I'm unable to imagine? I owe it to myself to see what happens. Then movie night. Cemetery walk. Also from the book, My First Guiding Star. Do whatever it takes to come into agreement with reality, to play the hand you were dealt, despite your wish to chuck it into the blender and watch this deck of devastation disappearing into smoke. Sign says, second star, grieve with abandon all you are losing. Pause, and when you're ready, focus on what is possible. Third star, I will use every ounce of agency available to me to respond to this boa constrictor with creativity and push more life into the world. Hanna on her Toby has said, it's been the biggest gift to be so utterly broken by relationships and then become whole in them. Watching squirrel videos together. Polish Hill Mayday Parade. at her book launch event. On the back deck of the Oasis on this house. It says, fourth star, fourth guiding star. My most reliable source of wisdom is when I become quiet and open to the vast luminosity that some call God or Spirit. What I find there still challenges me. It says quietly and as clearly as a traffic sign, trust this. I don't know what to make of that intellectually, but my bones feel it. The words straight in my spine. I keep this close to my heart together with the prayer. Please show me how. My fourth star. Lean toward trusting and loving what is. Star 5, stubborn joy. Orient yourself the way migrating birds do toward the destination calling you. Now move, readjust course, move again, pause, feel for direction, find the magnetic pull, and move again. Remember that you are not alone in the darkness. Trust in the help, both seen and unseen. You can make this journey. Home is waiting for you.